there.
You behave.
Read each one.
9,999.
Yeah. You have to change the song, which is probably
All righty. All right. Good? Yep, very good. Hey, hello everybody. Hello. Thank you for coming. This is my first time putting on a demonstration like this, but I have been talking about my Mickey Mouse collection for quite a few years actually. I thought I'd let you know kind of like how it started for me and go through a few of those things, and then show a video that's related to that. And then I have 3 other videos, and I'll explain about what they're about as we go through. And at any point, it's an open forum, so if you raise your hand, you want me to answer a question, or something comes up you want to talk about it, by all means, please just ask. So my name is Paul Bodas. I'm 59 years old, and I've been collecting Mickey Mouse since I was in my 20s. And so, about 35 years I've been collecting Mickey Mouse. And it all started with me taking my wife to everywhere in Southern Ontario to find Beanie Babies. That's what she was into. And so I would travel all over Southern Ontario looking for Beanie Babies. And one day I picked up this Mickey Mouse, a little plastic PCB Mickey Mouse. And it brought back this memory to me about when I used to be a kid. I lived in Hamilton, Ontario, and we used to go to this place called the Cinema, and it only showed Disney movies, kind of like 101 Dalmatians and Bedknobs and Broomsticks, and all of those in the 70s when they were releasing those movies. So this theater, that's all they would show, but they would show the cartoons before the movies. And I remember, being 7, 8 years old and going to the theater, and I was just enthralled with the cartoons and Mickey Mouse especially, and so that little PCB kind of brought back that memory, which was, those things kids hang on to, when you have this wonderful, time in life that you kind of associate it with. And for me, that was really important because I came from foster homes and group homes, and so my life was really dysfunctional when I was younger, and so that memory was really, really important to me. So then I started collecting. So I collected little PCB, little plastic Mickey Mouses, and I started getting into cards or non-sports cards. And so anything that had Mickey Mouse on, I started collecting. And so I kind of started collecting that stuff. And I thought, I'll make a room in my house with Mickey Mouse in it. And so I kind of made a bedroom, and I turned it into a Mickey Mouse bedroom. And I just kept adding things and adding things. And you can tell, you can pretty much go anywhere, and Mickey Mouse is all over the place. It's on every kind of product out there. I think the copyright goes Jesus Christ, Elvis Presley, and then Mickey Mouse in the world, not just here, but everywhere in the entire world. So, it's pretty easy or pretty popular to find that stuff. So I kept doing that for a number of years, and then it got to the point where I was probably going to sell it. I was going to sell some of my stuff. I didn't really need it all, or it was just for me. I only did it for myself. There was no internet and none of that stuff at that time, and so there's no showing it off to other people, and other than my friends or close friends, and they all thought it was a little bit crazy, collecting Mickey Mouse. At that time, I was collecting Disney, but I was collecting the majority of those Mickey Mouse stuff. And my son said no, that he didn't want me to sell any of it. And he didn't want me to sell any of it, and part of it was his mother had passed away, or my wife had passed away when he was very young. He was about 5. And so all that collecting I did all those years was with him. We did it together. And so to him it was really, really important. So I said, what are you going to do with it? When I'm gone, and he's like, it didn't matter to him. It was more about, having it, and the memories that came with it were really, really important. We did some wonderful things, and we went to some amazing places. And it was him who said to me, don't sell it. What if the Disney company found out you had all this stuff? and behold, that's exactly what happened. The Disney company found out I had this stuff. So that kind of goes into this. We used to go to Fan Expo in Toronto, and I've been taking my son. He's in his 20s now, but I've been taking him since he was a child to the Fan Expo. And we get there, and there's a Disney artist drawing Disney characters. And I'm beside myself. I don't have a Disney artist that actually, a real artist that has done a Disney thing for my room. And so I waited in line 3 hours to meet this person. His name is Jeff Shelley, and at the time I just thought he was an animator, just drew for the Disney company. I did have no idea what his role really was at the Disney company. And so we get up there, and I'm in awe now. I'm in awe that he's drawing, and I ask him if he'll draw this Mickey Mouse off of my arm. So literally, he drew the tattoo off of my arm, and he said to me, in all the years he's been drawing Disney and Mickey Mouse, he's never drawn off of a tattoo. He's drawn many for a tattoo, but he's never actually drawn one off of that tattoo. And we had quite a conversation, and he did this beautiful drawing for me. It's probably one of my prized pieces in my whole collection, and you'll see some of that. And so he proceeds to film a little bit of it and talk to me and whatever, and then he says he's going to take it back to and show his friends or whatever at the Disney company. I still think he's just an animator. I know nothing about him. And so I get this call at work. Someone says they work for the Disney company and they want to use a part of the video because they're doing a biography on this Jeff Shelley. I said, yeah, go ahead, just use it, whatever. And they're like, no, we want to make sure that you get paid for it, and we want the copyright and all that kind of stuff, whatever. And so I signed and did all the release sheets and everything. I still didn't think much of it, and they said something about my collection, and I said, well, I'll send them a video. So I sent the video to them, and lo and behold, I get a phone call saying, look, can you come to California, please? And I'm like, well, it's tough to come to California. It's pretty far away. I live in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. It's 3,000 miles away, or whatever. And they said, no, we'll take care of it, but we really want to meet you. And so they proceeded to fly me and my son to California, and they took me places and showed me things, and it brings emotion to me now. But they did stuff with me. It was just unbelievable, as if I won the lottery. So I get there, and they want to film it all, and so I get to the front gate, and there are 12 CEOs of the Disney company that want to meet me. I'm still in awe of this. I'm not even sure it's real. I feel like I'm going to some timeshare thing that I'm going to have to go and buy some land in Florida or something. I just don't. I'm still not sure of it. But no, they proceeded to say that this is very real, and we appreciate what you do, and they thought of me as a genuine fan and wanted to treat me as such. And so they asked me what I wanted to do, and I said, literally, I kind of walked through what I wanted to do for the day, and we did that. And they brought me into the park. This is the day before the July birthday, the 60th birthday. So it was the day before. So the park's pretty full of people, thousands and thousands of people. And they literally closed down sections of the park. So the Toontown, the actual Toontown section of the park, they shut it down and only let me in there with my son and proceeded to film me and let me do anything I wanted in Toontown. They let me go in any building, they let me go in any structure I wanted to, anything. They took me to Mickey's house. I could do anything in Mickey's house. I lie in his bed. I did all kinds of things you normally can't do, which was beyond fascinating. And so they hooked me up with Mickey Mouse there. So Mickey meets with me, whatever, and I explain that I got all this collection, all that kind of stuff, and it's overwhelming. It's like surreal. It's that like when you meet. It's like when you meet.
Hi, I'm Paul Botus, and I'm set.
I'm going to stop this so it doesn't keep coming up. 1 second. And so, when you meet an artist, or you meet an actor, or you meet someone that you idolize, well, that's kind of what it felt like to me. I know it's just a little piecey, little cartoon character, but it was important to me because of all the things I'd done, all the things me and my son had done. It was just like fantastic, the amount of stuff that I was able to do, and that this company, who I think is the biggest company in the world, is invited me into their world to even give me a closer look as to, what that really means. So they take me through, Mickey, I meet him, and we have all this stuff, and then they do some filming. So now they take me out into the park, and so now they start stopping rides and stuff. So there I get to it's Small World After All, and they literally stop the ride, put the crew on the boat, and then call and say, look, can you turn the music down in this section? We want to interview this guy. And like they're doing all this stuff is unbelievable. And people, like, how do you explain that to people? There's thousands of people waiting to get on a ride. They're stopping a ride. They're letting one person, kind of do it on. They want to know who I am, and I can't really explain kind of who I am other than I'm a collector. So I wrapped my arm around my son and I said, look, this is the bass player in the band. What do you do, right? And so Small World, they stop the ride, they do the whole thing. The Matterhorn, they stop the ride, they do the whole filming and everything. The Teacups, they stop and they did all kinds of things. They stopped the ride, they put me on it, and then they put people on it, and then they took people off of it, and they filmed me all doing. Like I feel like a movie star. Like everyone is watching. Everybody in the park is watching what's going on. The Dumbo ride, same thing. It's just like I'm in my 50s and I feel like I'm 20 years old. Like I feel like I'm a young kid. It's unbelievable and surreal, and it was wonderful. So then they said, okay, and I was tired by this time. This has been going on since 7 in the morning. It's now 2 in the afternoon. So that's how long of a day that part of it took. And they said, look, we want to film you with the fireworks and everything tonight. And so, okay. So they said, go do whatever you want, and we'll meet up here. So they do that, and I'm thinking, where are we going to go? The park is so packed with people, like full with people. I have no idea where I'm going to watch fireworks from. The road is completely sealed up, and they said, don't worry about it, we've got you all covered. So then they proceed, when they get there, to take me to this section. It's got a couple cherry trees in it. It's all iron gated off or whatever, and it says on it, don't stand around here unless you want to be filmed. And put us inside. I'm like, I can touch the rides that are going by, the parade, and the castles, like just visually in front of us. It's surreal. It's unbelievable. I said to them, I thought we're gonna have to be on the roof of a building or something, but no. Like they had it all mapped out and what they were gonna do, or so they filmed us all.